Hey guys, what is up? Always wanting the tablet. What is it new? Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I will be wearing this all day. This is just a cozy little onesie that I got from Target. And I'm loving it. It's matching. They had matching sets, so my whole family, I got for my whole family because it's matching. Like, hello, this is so comfortable and so cute. I love it. I have my mom cup here filled with coffee. This is peppermint mocha, you guys. We have officially switched over to peppermint mocha. See, my daughter's wearing it right here. Thank you, girl. I think I have mentioned in another vlog that I wanted to read The Housemaid, you guys, and I do. But last night I was scrolling on my Kindle. I started reading Hooked, and it's really good so far. I just don't know what I'm in the mood for. Like, I've been switching books left and right. I've read the first page of Housemates. I'm in the middle of this Magna Uzumaki. And I am 200 pages through this. This is a Magna horror. And I've just been reading this so slow. Back to my Kindle. So I'm scrolling because I'm trying to find something to read. I'm like stuck. I may be in a little bit of a book slump. It may be a life slump. Yeah, we're going to keep this covering my crazy here. I don't know what it is. Whatever. But I saw on my Kindle that they had these little 6 stories of, they're short stories. They're like 58, 59 pages. So nothing crazy. So I thought it would be fun, since I am in my Halloween best, to start reading those short stories and obviously vlogging with you guys. This will be full spoiler. They are short stories, so we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna read that, and then I may start reading a little bit of The Housemaid in this vlog too. Okay, you guys, we are 1 AirPod in. How do I listen to it? So little Miss KK over here is satisfied with Miss Rachel Halloween while I am reading the first short story. This is by Joe Hill. It's called Pram, P-R-A-M. Don't worry, as always, I'll insert the covers and stuff for the books I'm reading on Kindle. Oh, Miss Rachel's so cute. Okay, anyway, there are some little warnings about this book. So far it has talked about miscarriage, so I highlighted, this is like the first page too, so like they're really getting into it. But then again, you know, it's 58 pages. So it says, my wife miscarried in the bathroom. I mopped up the blood myself, used a whole tub of Lysol wipes, and now it feels like we live in a morgue. Thanks for asking. So this book is set in New York, and it's during COVID, so the main character, Willie, he's married to Maureen, who miscarried. So they're trying to have a baby. They're dealing with COVID. He can't smell anything now that he's had COVID, and so 15%. I mean, it's really short, so it will be very easy for me to finish. This one I highlighted, it caught my attention. It says, the Sand Planters believed wild spaces were more holy than any church a man could build. Like, it's just giving this creepy feel. And I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, maybe it's gonna have to do with like morgues, or like the baby that they miscarried, something like that. So full warning there, you guys. I feel like it is gonna have to do more with that miscarriage that they mentioned on the first page. So if that's something that triggers you, I definitely would not read this book. I definitely would skip to the next book too, because like I said, I will definitely be spoiling some stuff here. These are short stories, so I feel like I can't, I don't know. But you've been warned, okay? Shout out to Willie, okay? Like, he's so sweet. So his wife has miscarried, and they're just going through the motions of miscarrying. She's blaming herself, and he's just like, no. Like, nothing is, it's not your fault. He's cooking, he's cleaning, he's just like, you lay down, you relax, it's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. Oh my gosh. And then his coworker is insensitive, talking about you're lucky you don't have kids. Like, just don't talk on what you don't know. Like, don't talk on what you don't know, because the man's going through it. We're in chapter 3, and he's just now going through it and realizing that he may be depressed about it too. He's put like so much focus on just trying to make sure that his wife is feeling better, that he didn't even realize that like it's actually affecting him too, until he got that nasty message from his coworker talking about you're lucky you don't have them. You never know why people don't have children. Okay, first and foremost, what is a pram? So, like, I'm gonna have to Google this and figure out what a pram is, because he walked to this like little store area while his wife took the car to like go shopping. And so then he's talking to this guy, and he's getting loaned a carriage. And so he's like, thanks for the carriage. And the older man is like, that's not a carriage, that's a pram, the title of the book. And I'm like, the fuck is a pram? And now we're on chapter 4. And it goes, first comes love, then comes miscarriage, then comes Willie with a lonesome bottle of red and a baby carriage. Then it says he didn't feel they had lost the baby. It had been stolen from them along with their daydreams, their whole idea of the future. This is giving me, so if you've seen the new season of American Horror Story, that's something else I have to do today after I've like finished reading all of this, is catch up on the latest episode. I don't know why I guess I'm kind of saving it. Or I guess I'm kind of saving it for when the kids go to sleep, because they definitely cannot be here with me while I watch that. So I guess I'm saving it. But it's kind of giving me those vibes, except for like this season there's like something to do with like spiders and like demons and stuff like that. So I'm like, what the fuck is a pram? So a pram is a carriage. Insert picture here. A pram is a carriage. It's a baby carriage. Where is this story going? I don't know. But on Goodreads, because I did update my Goodreads and put that I was reading this book, I saw some people I know give it 5 stars. So I'm like, ooh, okay, let's see. So a raccoon just jumped out of the pram and attacked him. But the description, it says that it was like childlike fingers. That was not a raccoon, bro. That was not a raccoon at all. Like, I'm calling it now. That was not a fucking raccoon. Definitely, is that not a baby carriage right there? And I was so confused, like watching, like looking at previous clips. I was so confused what a pram was. I'm so dumb. It's a pram. So we're at the point in the story where Willie, he's basically becoming obsessed with the pram. And his wife is like trying to throw it away. She's trying to get rid of it. She's like, it stinks. It's horrible. Like, no, we're not, like. And then he admits that he's been like using it to carry the groceries in. And she's like, ew, like this shit stinks. There was a raccoon in there who I'm still not convinced was a raccoon. But they said that they found the raccoon head. So I guess it was a raccoon. But I feel like I'm having like all these theories in my head. And I'm like, watch me be completely wrong. And watch me be completely wrong, you guys. But yeah, he's really obsessed with this pram because he is still grieving the loss of the baby, right? And so I think it's just now all hitting him. And so he's going for walks with the pram. He's just convinced that like he sees like a little hand, like a baby hand, and he's just like really obsessed with this because it's the only thing that's kind of bringing him happiness and making him feel like he has the baby. And he's just so sad. So sad. But he's like yelling at his wife like, we can't get rid of the pram because it's not even ours. It's Good Kind, the owner of the little store that he goes and buys the food from. And she's like, okay, well, like, don't yell at me. Just give it back.
Mommy.
Yeah, throw that away.
No.
So, like, he's really, like, struggling and becoming so obsessed with the pram, as if, like, this is gonna bring his baby back, or if his baby is still alive, right? And so his thoughts have kind of, like, altered, and he's kind of starting to get upset with his wife for losing the baby. He's upset with the universe and everything, stating that, like, they're taking away his baby, his happiness, and now he's going like with the wife. You're also taking away his happiness, the pram, because she's trying to get rid of it. She texts him saying, whatever you're dealing with, if you're angry at me for losing the baby, if you're unhappy in our marriage, I want to work through it with you. You seem so unhappy. Let me help. Please let me help. I love you, Willie. I was not expecting to get like emotional over this book. I was really just like, in the beginning, like I said, I thought it was just more erring on the creepy side. I didn't really think that they were gonna get like deep. So now he's realizing something might be wrong with him after reading that text from his wife. He's like, something is wrong with me. Oh man. Okay, we're 50 pages into this book, so we literally have 7 more pages. So I'm like, what is gonna happen in the last 7 pages? Because I'm like, this book already has me emotional, because I'm like, why are they like, why? Remember when I said that I thought I had a theory? But then I said I thought it was wrong, right? So in the book, Good Kind, this isn't, yeah, Good Kind. I don't know why I keep thinking that that's wrong. Good Kind, his daughter told Willie to be careful with the pram. Told him to give the pram back. Like, don't with the pram. Don't mess with that shit, right? So then Willie becomes obsessed. And so at the very end, a baby or something dressed as a baby comes out of the pram and it fucking attacks him. Like, attacks him, bites into him. He's cut open from the abdomen, and everybody starts coming out of the trees. And Good Kind is like, oh, this coven only has girls, and I've always wanted a son, so thank you. So I guess it was some like ritual. That was crazy, because I thought the raccoon wasn't like really a raccoon, right? I knew something just did not feel right about like this town. It gave cult like vibes, and it was. So I really did like the story though. So for a short story, that was pretty good. I will give it a 5 out of 5. So next up in the series is Ankle Snatcher. This book is only 29 pages, so I think we're good. This is by Grady Hendrix, and this is another author I have been meaning to read. So we'll see how I like this. I really want to read A Southern Guide to Slaying Vampires, something like that. So I will have to download that probably on my Kindle sometime soon because it just sounds really good. So I'm really excited to read this one because I've heard good things about this author. So we will see, you guys. Ankle Snatcher is basically like the boogeyman, or kind of sort, I guess. He lives underneath the bed, right? So we meet our two characters, or we meet Marcus and Tessa in the beginning. They're on a date, like their first date or so. And Tessa tells Marcus there's usually not a second date for her. So she is kind of nervous, kind of anxious, and she just doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. And she tells him that her dad's an alcoholic, so she doesn't drink. And that usually doesn't cause that. Usually people hear that and I guess they don't want to date her, which is weird. And then Marcus goes on to explain how his dad killed his mom. And she's like, this isn't a competition. And he's like, you told me your story, I'm gonna tell you mine. So he explains how his dad killed his mom, and then he blamed it on the boogeyman, who actually is the ankle snatcher. But he didn't go too into detail with her because then she would have thought he was crazy or something like that. Basically, you're supposed to leave all the lights on. So like if you're getting up to go to the bathroom or something, you need the light on first. So basically I would be fucked because I have like no night light over here. So when I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I'd be fucked because the ankle snatcher would snatch me up, right? So basically his dad tells him that I'm basically dipping out because no one's gonna believe this story. And they're gonna say I did it, but I didn't do it, right? So I'm gonna go. Leave all the lights on in this house. Do not turn them off. I tried to warn your mom, but she didn't listen, and now she's gone. I didn't do it. So then Marcus goes and lives with his aunt and uncle, and his dad gets convicted of murdering his mom, even though it was the ankle snatcher. So I guess him and Tessa get another date, and Lord and behold, she spends the night over at his place, right? She gets out of bed, doesn't turn on the light. Her feet hit the floor. No light is turned on. He goes to the bathroom and he's thinking about the ankle snatcher, but he's just like, this shit ain't real. She's gonna be fine. She's just the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And so then she comes back into the room and the ankle snatcher gets her, right? They devour her. And he's listening to them devour her because he's like, fuck, if I get up off the bed, they're just gonna come for me. What the fuck can I do in this situation? Now he's freaking out. He's like, I've got to get rid of this ankle snatcher underneath my bed. So he goes to the hardware store and tries to get supplies and stuff like that without raising red flags. But Tessa is now missing. This is a heavy baby. Tessa is now missing, right? Okay, girl. So Tessa's now missing, and so I guess her friends all knew that she was out with Marcus, and so they said the police get sent over to Marcus's house, and Marcus is like, no, Tessa left. Yes, girl, yes. He's like, no, Tessa left. She left because we don't know each other for that long, so she dipped. And they're like, well, let's look around the house. Let's see. And that's where we're at so far with the story. It's only 29 pages. So, yeah. So, it's only 29 pages. So, I'm like, ooh. I literally have not moved from this spot. But these books have been pretty short. So, right now, I'm going to make lunch in a little bit. Well, not make lunch. I'm just going to heat up leftovers from last night. But I finished this Ankle Snatcher, and I gave it a 4.5. So the ending didn't go the way, like, I don't think the book went the way that I was expecting at all. Because after they mentioned that the Ankle Snatcher kind of gets you, I was just like, okay, well, you know, I guess he's gonna try to get rid of him, because the police come in, and then what happens is the police come in and then they end up arresting him for the murder of Tessa, even though it wasn't his fault. So he gets thrown in prison because, you know, they can't find her body, but they find everything of hers in there. They find her clothes, they find her nail, as if like she was scratching, because she was scratching trying to get away from the ankle scratcher, but they could not find her body. So he gets convicted, and now he's in jail, and he gets pulled aside by someone who's introducing him to the jail, and he's telling him, like, yes, the Ankle Snatcher is responsible for a lot of crimes. A lot of people are in here because of him. With your help, we can get this. We can get him, right? And he's like, no, like, no, you know, he's like, he was like, I must have did this somehow. Like, he's not wanting to believe. At first he was like, oh, I believe it, but like once he got there, he's like, I'm not like these people, they're crazy, I take responsibility for my actions. And then he finally gets to his cell, Marcus, and it's a bunk bed, and so he is like, please let me take the bottom bunk, because the Ankle Snatcher, and he's coming to a realization. He's like, yeah, okay, this is real, this is very, very real, let me take the bottom bunk. And so the guy's like, no, don't. So I guess it's implied that the Ankle Snatcher gets this inmate on the bottom bunk, and he's just like, F me. Because now I'm gonna be blamed. Now he's gonna be blamed for that. And now they're not gonna really be able to stop the Ankle Snatcher, because his dad was trying to work on something to stop him. His dad got sent away because his I guess his cellmate got eaten up, and they could not find his body. So because of this, his dad gets into a worse prison, and so now the son is probably going down the same exact path. And in the book, he kept saying, like, I'm not like my dad, I'm not like my dad, and then he's going back between, I'm not like my dad, my dad's right, so he's kind of torn. So that was book 2, 4.5. Okay. The next one is It Waits in the Wood. I feel like these short stories are really good. So this is, I guess, a collaboration. Amazon and Audible and whatever. That's like a collaboration with these writers to do these little short stories. And they're completely free on Kindle Unlimited. And then you can also download it on Audible for free, okay? So we're going to go ahead and mark that as currently reading. This book is 51 pages. Okay. So let me return the other one to make sure I have space. This time of the year is always so tricky because I want to be cute and wear like Halloween stuff, but it goes from hot to cold to hot to cold to hot to cold. So it was really cold this morning. So I was like, oh, perfect. Put this onesie on, right? Now it's hot. We're also on the 3rd floor. So now it's like, I'm burning up. I guess also because I'm about to make my bed. But, so I've been listening to this one. Because like I said, you can get it on Audible, or you can get it on Kindle, or you can get both. So I have this one on both. This one is, what is it called? It Waits in the Woods, right? I'm on chapter 3. And so what happens is there's this tale of this mythical creature called an upso. And I guess it basically waits for you in the woods, and it kills you. This tells the story of Brenda. Her sister Ashley goes missing, and Brenda is a filmmaker, so her sister would always star, which is really cute, would always star in these movies that she's making. So she's missing her sister very much, and so she decides she's gonna go in the woods because she's really interested in the Opso myth. She is going to go into the woods. So now we're in chapter 3 where she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go into the woods. She's gonna film it, and oh my gosh, y'all, my son almost spilled my tea everywhere, and it's still hot, so I'm not drinking it. Maybe that's also why I'm hot, is I'm drinking hot tea, hot peppermint tea, and I ate some ginger snaps. Oh my god, if he would have spilled that. Sit down. To the point in the book where Brenda basically has heard the creature. It's calling out and it's asking, do you have my face? And of course, she forgets to hit record. So all this is going on, she forgets to record. But I'm confused as how she wrote it all down. Oh, okay, I guess she had time to write it down. Or she wrote down stuff before she got there. He's just rolling around clapping. We're now at chapter 7. We have 34 minutes left in the book, so this is the end. So we're gonna see what happens with Brenda. Okay, you guys, I have finished the 3rd book. We are on to the 4th book. It's called In Bloom. This one is 31 pages. And of course, I'm going into all of these blind because I have no idea what they were. I just decided to download all 6 books. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I did. I've been loving them. The last book was It Waits in the Woods. I gave that a 3.5 stars. The ending to me was kind of meh, but overall I really did enjoy it. It had such a creepy feel, so I was just kind of expecting the ending to be a little bit more creepy. These are actually really good, and they're so short, so I feel like this is kind of like the pick-me-up I needed, because a lot of times when you read big books, it can be easy to get stumped out a little bit, or like when you read series back to back, sometimes you can get stumped out, especially like I've been reading a lot of fantasy this month, so I feel like maybe that's why I'm stumped out and I need to switch to like a thriller, because I still haven't finished this one book that I'm working on a video for. I started picking up books that were also fantasy, so I think I need to just switch to like a thriller. I also haven't been feeling romances either, because I have 2 romances on here that I just haven't been feeling. So I think I just need the quick pace to just get me back into the mood. So I'm just really, really excited. Okay, I'm not really sure. That is a Christmas book. Mommy has to read that. My daughter's literally going through like all my books over there. She found the Christmas book and she said, "Jingle bell." Yeah, this book, In the Bloom, or in Bloom.
It's a teacher.
It's a teacher. No, I'm not really getting a creepy vibe or a scary vibe, really. Basically, what happened so far is Heidi is a freelance writer, and she's interviewing this guy Jimmy Lang, who witnessed a plague, or he witnessed something with algae, or I don't know, some weird thing where someone vanished, or like he vanished after it, and now I guess he's talking to her, and that's why the interview is going on. Don't really know. I'm on page 12, and he's telling his story. I would have to say so far this is the least interesting one for me. I think this is more sci-fi, but I do like sci-fi. It really just depends. Can you get my books off the bed?
My hand.
Yeah, I told y'all in one of my vlogs that my daughter was gonna love the Spider-Man book. Yeah, that was a good choice. Alright, I just ate some popcorn, so excuse me. Because I still have like the little corn like in my cheek, so excuse me. My bad. I just finished In Bloom. I would say I have to give this a 3. It's not my favorite out of the 6 books. Definitely the first one so far is my favorite. But you know, I still have 2 more books because we've read 4 of the 6. This one, basically Heidi is a freelance writer, and she's interviewing this scientist, or I guess now he's a scientist. At the time this happened, he was only 12, so he was going with his father to like an algae, like, so I guess in the waters or something, and so they basically, what happened was explained as hallucinations, but he says he very vividly remembers like a monster, some sort of creature coming at them, but he just went with his dad's story, and then shortly after the dad just like vanishes and disappears. So he just stuck with his dad's story, and his mom was basically like, I always knew he was gonna disappear. Okay. But yeah, the story was basically just interview style, so like he's telling all this details of the events that happened. And I feel like I would have liked the story more, especially with it being so short, if it actually was talking about it as it happened, if that makes sense. Just because it was so short, like I need more of it if it was going to be that style, because I feel like it would be really, really good. Not it wasn't bad. It would be better if I feel like I gotta choose my words. Better, except I was like, it's not bad, and then it sounds like I'm saying that this is the worst thing ever. No, it would be better if because it was so short, if they were just telling it completely from Jim being 12-year-old, like seeing everything going around, and like his little thoughts going on at the time that it happened, because this was just kind of an interview style and he was telling what happened, so I wasn't really like too into it. As you see earlier, I said I was kind of confused, so that's where we are. So sorry, I recorded my phone too, so I wanted to get more clips of this, but my phone is dying because I record on my phone. So we finished that, so we're gonna start the next one, the 5th one, and I am excited. So the next book we have is Best of Luck. So I'm still really excited to finish. I really like this. Like, I think this was a good idea, having these little short stories, because they just feel Halloween vibes, you know what I mean? So this one seems like the cover, the covers always get me too. That's the whole reason why I decided to read these 6 books. I just looked at the covers and saw that they were short little stories. I also was under the impression that they were all supposed to be like horror, spooky, creepy, so I think that also affected how I felt about the last 2 books, because I feel like they weren't really horror, or like they weren't too horror-y, like. So we'll see how this one is. Between. So yeah, we'll see how this one is. This is 29 pages. So there's only 2 that were like 50 pages. The rest have been like short. So I'll be able to knock this out pretty quickly. Okay, so it starts off where it's, I guess, these 2 guys, Barry and Will. And it starts off saying, "You ever heard the one about a man with the bad luck?" And then it also goes on to say, "A good joke is just a small story, you know, only difference is the delivery." So, and the story starts off, so Will starts telling the story after he puts the gun down, because he's holding a gun to Barry, and Barry's just like, "Okay, let's hear it. You know, thank you for putting the gun down, let's hear it." And then Will starts the story off with, "So there's this farmer. Where is this going? I don't know." I don't know, but I feel like I like it so far. Characters, Will and Barry, who are friends, actually best friends. Barry becomes actually super successful, and Will is not. And so Barry thinks that Will is holding him at gunpoint because he's successful. Because at this point, Barry has kind of mentioned something about his success. But, no, yeah. So Barry is successful and Will is not. So it turns out that Will actually has this tumor. He literally lifts up unbuttons his shirt and like shows the big tumor growing. And Barry's like, "Did you think I did this to you?" And he's like, "I know you did." Like he's basically saying that the tumor is talking to him. And he named it Henry. So he has this big old tumor that is talking to him. And now he's holding Barry at gunpoint. Will is holding Barry at gunpoint. The banter in this book is really good. Like, I really like these characters. And I'm mad that I'm already on page 16. So I'm 54% through. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening. I feel like it maybe it's like a paranormal thing with like the tumor talking to Will. Don't really know, but we're gonna find out because we're only 54 minutes, 54% through with 12 minutes left in the book. So I really like it so far. So I still think the first book is my favorite book so far. This might be the second. Coming in second out of the 6 books that I read. Okay, pause. Will has basically been trying to get Barry to admit this whole time that he has stolen his luck. He has taken all of it. And Barry's like, "No, I didn't do that. You're talking crazy. You're insane." So yeah, Barry's like, "No, Will, you're insane. I can't. How could I have taken your luck? I was with you. I cried with you. You're my best friend." Will goes to pull it and end Barry, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. He keeps trying to do it, and nothing is happening. No noise, no clip, nothing. And then Barry goes, "I'm so sorry to do this." And then Will goes, "What? What? Like, what are you doing?" And then he goes, "I hate this next part's gonna hurt. I hate this part." You hate this part? So it was you, Barry. This whole time, you've been stealing this man's luck. He lost his children. He lost his wife. He now has cancer. What kind of friend are you? Seriously. This book was insane. 5 stars. 5 stars. This was insane. So Will's paranoia was right. Barry put the tumorish thing on Will, and absorbed all his love. He's been moving this thing from person to person. Because he's moving it from person to person, that's how they're keeping the luck. And so his daughter comes down and she sees what has happened to her Uncle Will, and he has been torn apart, tentacles coming out, and so she goes and helps Dad clean it up. And Dad has already explained to her that that thing that came out of Uncle Will is what brings them the best of luck. And so it ends and it says, "That's right, honey, and then we'll have the best of luck always." He's just moving this thing from person to person.
Oh, why?
We bought out the beats for this last one, you guys. This is 50-ish pages, something like that. And this is called Big Bad. Look at that. I feel like this is gonna be like zombies. But like, again, of course, don't quote me because I don't know, I think I have been right about most of these, because the last one I said was kind of paranormal, and it was kind of paranormal because I guess it was like some type of alien. I still cannot get over that one. That was really good. I'm gonna have to look up that author. That was mind-blowingly good. Like, that's what I needed to read. I don't want to speak too soon and say I'm out of a slump when I still am, but I think, you know, the best way to try to like get out of a slump is just to mood read. And I'm already a mood reader, so I don't understand how I was in a slump. I think it was just because it was big books back to back to back. And so my classes start tomorrow, so I'm trying to just read a lot today. I'm taking 2 classes, and so those classes, I have these big, they're digital, but they're big textbooks. And I imagine they're big textbooks because they cost a lot. Like, they cost a lot of money. So I imagine that they're huge. These haven't been taking that long to read either. I do want to mention again that they do have the audible option too. So if you're someone who loves audiobooks like me, then that would be perfect for you, because some of these, like when I was doing the kids lunch, I was listening to it on audio. Others were just really quick, like tap through my Kindle. So this is 50 something pages, so we put the beats on. We're gonna listen to it and read on my Kindle at the same time, because sometimes I like to do both. Sometimes I like to just listen. Sometimes I like to just read. It depends. I'm very much a mood person, a cozy vibes over here. So let's get into this one. I'm really excited because of the cover. Big Bad. Our last and final book. 30% through this book. I was thinking zombies because of the cover, because the hand looked like it could be like a zombie hand. No. No. There's obviously something going on with the child, because what's going on so far is it's a family. Rachel and Sam, they have 2 girls, Odie and I'm mixing up the names. No. Odie and I can't think of the other girl's name, but Odie, the younger sister, she gets in trouble a lot. And so she's in therapy. And so Mom and Dad, Rachel and Sam, they argue a lot because of Odie getting in trouble. And Sam is always kind of questioning Rachel and how she's parenting Odie. And he's basically alluring that she's not a good mom. So there's all this like trauma, all this going on. And I think Odie, something's up with her. Because there was one scene what just happened where they were like arguing, and I don't know if it's Odie or if it's the mom, because
Starting to feel better. Now I need to make it.
or hate or like feel bad for Sam. He pushes Rachel into a cellar. There's this wolf that he shot that's like the same size as mommy, quote, Odie, because she's just looking around. Her sister's, June, that's her name, is like a zombie glued to the TV watching Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno. She's just like nothing there, zombie. Then the weird Airbnb guest that Sam canceled comes back in, barges in, and was like, I thought you said you were alone, because he hears his daughter come down asking for something. So it's none of your business. And then he goes on to say that he knows Rachel from back in the day, so I guess that makes it okay for him to just barge on in. I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, this character, he's so strange. And Sam mentions too that when he comes back, he doesn't see any truck or anything. So it's like, how did he get back here? So I don't know why I was thinking zombies in the beginning. Now I'm thinking wolf. But like, the hand confused me because just never judge a book by its cover. Because it's probably werewolves. Basically, after Dad gets attacked by the wolf, he takes the girls to the attic. And he leaves them in the attic. It says, whatever you hear, stay up there. And so the girls are looking through everything, and they're finding like old stuff, like old homework, old clothes and stuff like that. And they find this blanket, and then they find on the blanket it says Mason, and like everything in this box is blue. And so they're like, why is this stuff blue? Or June, the older sister, is kind of like, why is this stuff blue? Like, we're girls, like it should be pink. Yeah. And Odie's funny. She's like, I haven't decided yet. But anyway, they're seeing all this stuff and they're just like, who is Mason? And so they're just like going through all this stuff. So I'm just kind of like, how is this all gonna tie together? Like, there's wolves, there's this creepy old man, the Airbnb, like what? How is it gonna get tied together? We're on page 35. This is 58 pages. So we're 60% through. Okay, you guys, we have finished Big Bad. I will say I had to give that a 4.5. I did like it. Parts of it were kind of confusing. At first I was thinking it was gonna be like a domestic violence situation. That's why I said I didn't know if I supposed to be rooting for Sam, because he was really trying to protect his children, but he just seemed like such an asshole. The ending, didn't expect that, so I think it was pretty good. Some parts I didn't really like. The family wasn't like a lovable family. They were all kind of weird. What?
A dumb store.
Low five. High five. Low five? So Dad comes out, finds the girls. The girls are all terrified of Dad. I mean, he does give like abusive vibes. He gives vibes of he doesn't like being a dad and just like being married to them. So I kind of get why they were just like scared in general when the girls are like running in the woods after they leave the attic, after they were told not to leave the attic. Right? There's all these wolves. So then that's when we kind of find out that the mom is a werewolf. They keep mentioning like this disease, and the dad ends up killing Harold, the guest that just keeps coming back because he's actually a werewolf hunter. So that's why he keeps coming back. He's like, I know what Rachel is, and just let me have her. And he's like, I don't even know where she is. So in the end, it just comes down to the whole family being in the woods by themselves, and mom ends up killing Dad because baby girl gets in the way of Dad about to kill mom, because mom is full wolf form at this point. So now Dad is gone and the girls are with mom, and they're just kind of like, they're a little bit sad now. I think now they realize that Dad does a lot for them as a stay-at-home parent. You know, you're doing everything. So Dad is doing pickups and all those things. You know, even though he is resentful for all that stuff, and you can tell they still are going through that bout of like missing him because he does all of this for them, and now it's just the girls and their mom, and now they're trying to figure out how to like frame it. Basically, dad is basically got killed by a wolf, which is true. They just didn't tell you that mom was the wolf that killed dad. And so in the end, my theory is that Odie is now going to become a wolf. She was always a little bit strange, but now she has like the little spots that the mom had. So yeah, I give that a 4.5. Overall, this is such a fun little thing to do on a Sunday, a little cozy Sunday in these pajamas with these 6 short stories. Different perspective. I actually do really like third person now, so I honestly don't care if the book is third person or first person. I really enjoyed all of them. And I'm so glad I did this. This is fun. I kind of hope that this happens every year. They do a feature. I kind of hope they do like even for like Christmas and stuff like that, because then I can get a couple more short stories. I hope they make it like Hallmark-y, because I love a good Hallmark. I don't care how cheesy they are. I love me a good Hallmark romance movie during Christmas time. I don't care about the cheesiness. I love it. I eat it up. That is all, you guys, for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, you know, you go read it too, because I did enjoy all of them, so I think you guys should go check them out as well. Stay tuned. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to make it a part 2 or whatever, but I'm going to start reading The Housemaid, so I'll do a vlog for that to end out October with 2 more scary reads. And then, you guys, we're going into Harry Potter, and I'm so excited. There's some videos that I was suggested to do, so I gotta figure out how to do that. So I'm excited. Just comment, subscribe. It helps me out so much. And if you made it this far, comment a ghost. Spooky season. Bye.